The richest man in Los Angeles has fired his 50th cook in a month. His daughter, Lily, refuses to eat. She is getting thinner every day. Doctors warn that if she does not start eating, her life is in danger. But everything changes when a poor girl from Atlanta appears on their doorstep. Mr. Harris owns the largest corporation in the United States. He has everything: a luxurious mansion, sports cars. But his little princess Lily ignores any food. She throws plates, yells at the servants, and flatly refuses to eat. 20 doctors examined her. She is physically healthy. The problem is not in her body. Another cook was fired today. Chef Brian made soup that cost more than most people earn in a month. Lily threw the plate against the wall and just left. Mr. Harris is desperate. His wife died in childbirth and Lily is all he has left. He is ready to do anything to save his daughter. He places an ad, $1 million to anyone who can get Lily to eat. The best chefs from all over the world have flown to Los Angeles, from France, Japan, Italy. No one has been able to get Lily to take even one sip. Rumors are circulating around the house. Some believe that the girl is under the influence of dark forces, others that she misses her mother. Harris does not believe in mysticism, but he is on the edge. And suddenly, on a rainy morning, the doorbell rings. The maid opens the door, and there stands a dark-skinned girl, soaking wet. Cheap clothes, a backpack. Her name is Amara. She is from Georgia. She saw the ad and came with her last savings. She assures that she knows how to help. The maid laughs. How will this girl cope if the best chefs have failed? But Mr. Harris decides it can't get any worse. He gives Amara one chance. Amara enters the kitchen, where everything shines from expensive equipment, but she opens her backpack and takes out simple products: rice, oil, dried fish, bananas, hot peppers. The cooks laugh. They are sure that she will not succeed. But Amara begins to cook the way she was taught at home. She fries bananas until golden brown, cooks rice with aromatic spices. The entire kitchen is filled with an unusual, warm smell. Meanwhile, Lily, as usual, refuses to eat lunch. But suddenly, she smells it. It's not Korean food, not French. It's something familiar. The girl comes downstairs for the first time in months. She stands in the kitchen doorway, thin, pale, but for the first time, with a spark of interest in her eyes. Amara smiles at her. No words, just a warm look. Lily comes closer, points to the food. Amara puts some on the plate. Rice, fried bananas, fish, nothing complicated, nothing expensive. Lily takes a piece with her hands, tries it, and smiles. Then she reaches for more. The whole kitchen is shocked. Mr. Harris runs in and can't believe his eyes. His daughter is eating, not pretending. She's enjoying every bite. He kneels in front of Amara. "How did you know what she needed?" he asks. Amara says, "Sometimes children gravitate toward the tastes they've known since birth." And then Harris remembers that his wife spent several months in Africa when she was pregnant. That's when she fell in love with the local cuisine. Apparently, this is the taste that Lily felt in the womb. Weeks pass. Lily becomes healthier and happier. She learns simple words in Amara's language, helps her in the kitchen, laughs. Mr. Harris increasingly finds himself staying late at work to have dinner with them. His days are filled with meaning again. But it's not that simple. Harris thinks about Amara more and more often. Her voice calms him. Her views on life surprise him. But he is afraid of these feelings. He is older. She is from another world. He has an empire. She has a backpack with a few things. And yet, when he sees how she talks to Lily, how she cooks with a smile, his heart becomes softer. One day, he hears one of the cooks sarcastically remark, "It seems the boss likes the new assistant." Harris does not say anything, but inside there is a strange feeling. Jealousy? Since then, he began to notice that Amara laughs with the guard at the gate, that she spends a lot of time with the culinary teacher from the college he helped her get into, and these little things are starting to get to him. Amara isn't blind either. She sees Harris withdrawing, becoming colder. She doesn't understand what's happening. He used to be kind, considerate. Her heart skips a beat when he leaves without saying goodbye. And then one day she gathers up her courage and asks, "Did I do something to offend you? Why are you avoiding me?" He is silent for a long time, and then he says, "I'm afraid of doing something stupid. I'm afraid that there is too much difference between us, but when I'm next to you, I feel like everything is possible." They are sitting in the garden. It's late. A light wind is rustling the branches of the trees. Lily is asleep upstairs, and at that moment, for the first time, there is a silence between them that is not awkward. "Maybe we should just try having dinner together," Amara suggests. "Not as an employer and a cook?" he asks with a grin. "As a man and a woman," she answers softly. It was their first date. Simple. Without waiters and cameras. He cut up the fruit, she made tea. They talked about films, books, childhood. A few more weeks pass, and one day, on an ordinary evening, he touches her hand a little longer than usual. She doesn't pull away. They look at each other, and their first kiss happens without words. Not a flash, not passion, but a quiet, deep moment when two hearts found each other. Their story is just beginning. After that very evening in the garden, everything became different. But not in a bad way. Amara and Mr. Harris no longer hid behind formalities. They became closer. But for real. Slowly. They still didn't tell anyone. For the world around them, they remained chef and cook, businessman and assistant. But between them, with each passing day, something very fragile and important was growing stronger. On weekends, they had dinners for three with Lily. The girl came alive, throwing jokes into the air. Sometimes she even pushed them towards each other. "Dad, you know that Amara loves chocolate cake. Why didn't you bring it?" Amara blushed. Harris looked away, embarrassed, and Lily just giggled. She felt everything. But outside their home, there were problems. One journalist caught the three of them near Lily's school. The photo appeared on news sites, a rich widower and his black cook. What's going on in Harris's mansion? Under the photo, there were hundreds of comments, from poison to support. Another gold digger. He's crazy. What a beautiful family. I hope everything works out for them. Amara read everything. She couldn't help but read, and every word was like a needle in her chest. She began to distance herself. She began to clean up the dishes herself again, avoiding Harris. He noticed it. It hurt him. One night he knocked on her door. "Are you hiding from me again?" "I don't want to ruin your reputation. I don't want Lily to suffer because of me," she whispered. "Lily has already suffered, and now she's happy. You are the reason for her smile, and mine too." He gently touched her hand. "I'm not asking you to be someone else. I just want you to stay yourself, here, with us." The words didn't help right away, but they grew. Amara continued cooking, Lily continued laughing, and Harris, he began to defend his family. He gave his partners an ultimatum. "If you judge me by who I love, you have no place next to me." Some left, but new ones came. Young, open, international. The business began to grow. Together with Amara, they opened a small restaurant, Soul and Taste, African-American cuisine in the heart of Los Angeles. At first, only for friends, then a full house, a line of bloggers, gourmets, tourists. More and more people came not only for the food, but for the story, for love that needs no explanation. More than a year had passed since the day Amara first entered their home in the rain. The restaurant, Soul and Taste, became one of the most talked-about places in the city. People came not only for the bright food, but also for the energy that Amara radiated. She became an inspiration for many girls, especially those who came to the country from scratch. One day, a popular women's publication published an article, a chef from Atlanta who won the heart of the city and perhaps its most influential resident. This time, without malice, without poison. The article talked about strength of character, care, and yes, about mutual feelings between Amara and Mr. Harris. The audience no longer whispered. The audience began to support. But Harris still had one unresolved issue: his past. He had a photograph of his late wife hanging in his office. Her portrait was off in the background when he appeared in interviews. One day, Lily asked, "Dad, does it hurt when you look at her?" "Yes, but a little less now," he answered. "Have you forgiven her?" she asked. Harris was silent for a long time, and then he realized he was still holding on to the past, and it was preventing him from moving forward. And then he did a simple but important thing. He took down the portrait, carefully, with respect, put it in a special box, and in his heart, finally, there was room for the present. That evening, he was waiting for Amara outside the restaurant. She was late, and when she showed up, he immediately felt something had happened. "They called me from college," she began. "I was invited to an internship in Paris, to the Culinary Academy, for 6 whole months." Harris froze. "And you want to go?" I don't know. It's a dream. But you are here, and Lily, and the restaurant." "Amara," he said softly, "you don't have to choose between a dream and a family. A real family supports dreams." And at that moment she realized he loved her not because she was there and for who she is. A month later she flew away. At the airport, Lily hugged her tightly and whispered, "Just promise you'll come back. I can't lose you twice." Amara kissed her forehead. "I'll come back, I promise." The 6 months passed slowly but honestly. They wrote letters. They exchanged recipes. Lily kept a diary. "What would I cook with Amara today?" And so, on the day of her return, Harris arranged dinner, just the 3 of them, in the garden, under the lights, like that first night. Amara was smiling again. Lily was beaming. And somewhere between dessert and the last cup of tea, Harris pulled out a small box. But he didn't kneel. He just opened it. "This isn't an offer," he said. "This is a promise that when you're ready, we'll start the next chapter, together." And she answered, "I'm ready." 10 years have passed. The restaurant Soul and Taste is now not just a successful business, it is an international chain. Branches have opened in Chicago, London, Cape Town, and Seoul. But the original, the very same, a small house in Los Angeles, remained in its place, where it all began. People still book tables months in advance to dine there, not because of the interior, but because of the history. Lily is no longer the fragile girl who refused to eat. She has grown stronger, grown up, entered a culinary academy like Amara once did, and now she is a recognized chef herself. Her specialty is family cuisine, which heals not only the body but also the soul. She has written 2 books, The Taste That Remembers, a collection of recipes and memories of childhood, While the Rice is Cooking, stories about family, pain, healing, and love. On the cover of the first book is an old photograph, Amara holding Lily's hand at the stove. She is about 9 years old, wearing an apron, with a serious face. Lily speaks 3 languages, English, Korean, and Yoruba, and she often says, "I'm not just a kid from a rich home, I'm a child of 2 cultures. I grew up between continents, and that's my superpower." Amara and Harris have become parents twice more over the years. They had a boy, Noah, and a girl, Zora. Lily has become an older sister, a mentor, and a culinary wizard for the little ones. Their home is now noisy, cheerful, smelling of spices and homemade bread. Amara is a well-known speaker at forums on intercultural families, female leaders, and immigrant entrepreneurship. She doesn't wear a crown, but people call her the woman who changed the taste of America. Harris stepped down as CEO but remained an advisor. He says his real investment now is his family, and his greatest profit is the laughter of his children at dinner. Netflix has released a series inspired by their story. The first episode starts with the very scene where Amara first stands in the rain on the threshold of the mansion. They are back in the garden. The same table, the lights, the candlelit dinner. Lily is cutting mango. Noah is running around the lawn. Zora is rocking in a chair. Amara is sitting next to Harris with a glass. "Did you ever think that all this would start with a plate of rice?" he whispers. "No, But I always knew that love is hidden in the simple, she replies.